Hey guys. Today I'm gonna teach you how what's called debug.getinfo works. So you got a function called I'm gay, right? And it just like I don't know prints I love sucking dick, right? And say like this was in like a decompiled local script, and you're like, I really want to grab this function for like I don't know, no particular reason. I just want to grab it and like get information from it. So what you would do is you do local func info equals debug.getinfo, and then you pass in that function's address. So I'm gay. And now what this is going to return, what this function returns, debug.getinfo, it's going to return a table of all the information that you can grab from that function. So print IP. So the first index of this table is going to be the source, and what that tells you is essentially like where is this function like located? What is the source of this function? What script does this function come from? And it's just at because like we're using our functions environment. Our executes environment. So it's just like it's an at like I was like, yes, I don't fucking know how to explain it. And what is just like what language is the function written in? It's written in Lua. Number of parameters. How much parameters does the function have? This one has 0 because it has no parameters. And the func is just the function itself. So I'm gay. And then short source is basically the source of the function, like where does the function come from. Current line is what line is this function defined at. It's defined at line 1. Number of up values this function has, which is 0. It has no up values. If it did have an up value like 5 and x equals 1. Let me just do this real quick. Number of out values, so 0, but if I was to do this again, it will print 1. Is it varag? So what this means is it's like does this function have varag arguments? And what that is these ellipses. This is a varag argument, and what that means is like this function can take up basically a variable number of arguments. Like it can take, I don't fucking know, it can take BBC, it can take BWC, it can take hey, it can take hi, it can take numbers, it can take basically just a shit ton of arguments. That's what that shit means. It's varag, so it's 0. This means that this function doesn't have varag arguments, but if it did, it will count. I'll show you all this. And the name of the function is self-explanatory, and that's I'm gay. Okay, cool. So if I was to print this function out again, you'll see that oh wait, actually I didn't want to call this function, I don't know why. So look, the source, what, number params didn't change, but the number of up values changed because we finally have an up value, and is varag 1 because this function now has varags. 1 means that this function has varag arguments. And then just basically also you can also use stack levels, right, to get functions, to get information about that function at specific stack level. And what stack level is essentially is just like at what level did this function call another function at the previous stack level. That's how I see it. Okay, so it takes in another parameter, and that's like what flags as well. So say we just wanted to get the source and what of this function, and we just did what the fuck. Oh, sorry, I'm so dumb. Fuck. It still returns a table, sorry. It just returns a table with like more specific info. It's not gonna print out all the contents, like all the information about the function. It's just gonna print out the source. So I have to print the index and value. We just print out the source, short source, and what language is the function written in. And you can also use multiple flags. So if I was to use L, it'll tell us it'll also add the current line in this table. So it'll tell you the current line that this function is defined at. There's also N, which will just tell you the name of the function, There's U, I think that tells you the number of up values, and then F refers to the function itself. And I think that's pretty much it. You can use this, like it'll tell you basically name, short source what, current line, number of up values, the func, and yeah, the source. But it won't tell you the other ones. To access those ones, you actually have to like index, you have to index the Israg, or what else does it not tell you? I'm so fucking slow right now. I'm actually like high as fuck right now. Fuck, I can't read. It'll tell you, it doesn't tell you, I mean it does tell you the name. What does it not tell you? It basically just doesn't tell you if it's Vardiac, if it has Vardiac arguments, if you use just this. But you can just index that by just doing. Well, you actually have to take away the flags, because if you use the flags, then it won't tell you if the function has Vardiac arguments or not. But you can also use stack levels. So you wanted to get the information about the function at stack level 1. It'll just tell you. At stack level 1, the function is debug.getinfo, which basically itself. What about stack level 2? Yeah, there's no function at stack level 2. No, wait, I think I was actually wrong. Sorry, I'm actually so sorry. Stat level 1 is telling you the name of wait, yeah, stack level 1. What is the name of the function? That's weird. I think it's referring to I'm gay, but kind of contradicts itself, because I'm gay is fucking, it's defined at line number 2, not line number 1. So I think it's actually referring to X. The funny thing is X isn't a function, so it's kind of weird. No, it's actually referring to I'm gay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I don't really use stack levels outside of like hooks and shit, so I'm not really too fond of the behavior, like how it behaves outside of hook functions and shit. It's kind of weird. I'll probably have to read up on that, but don't worry about that too much. Most of the time, if you want to get information about a function, you're gonna pass in the function's address, unless you're within like a hook, then you'll probably use stack levels. I'll probably touch upon that more in like another video. So that's basically how you use debug.getinfo. It just tells you information about a function. That's it. How the fuck do I end this?